So we have 49 orders going out over the weekend totaling $1,060. Stick around to the end of the video to see what's sold. So one brand I always pick up is Abercrombie & Fitch. No matter what, I always pick it up. Just a foundational brand for me. I'm not expecting to make millions off of it, right? But it is a good brand that consistently sells in my store. So there's an Abercrombie & Fitch women's pullover Henley shirt, sold for $9 plus shipping. I paid about $1 for it. All right, so these are some Tommy Hilfiger pants, sold for $14 plus shipping. Another brand that normally people would pass up. Do you pick up Tommy Hilfiger? I do. This was new at tags. Got it in that storage unit buyout I did last summer. Paid about $1.70. This brand here I usually never pick up, but if it is vintage, I will go ahead and grab it. This is a vintage Coldwater Creek women's pull-on skirt, sold for $10 plus shipping.
Wow.
So if it is vintage, I will consider it depending on the category and how badly it's saturated. And if it has a good demand, I'll go ahead and grab it. Paid $1 for this, turned it into $10 plus shipping. So another brand I usually pass up, but if it is in a plus size, I will consider it. This is Simply Vera Wang women's shirt, sold for $6 plus shipping. You're not gonna get rich selling this brand, but at the same time, plus size clothes are in more demand. Calvin Klein, say what you will, I always pick it up. It is a decent brand for me, and I don't mind holding onto it for 3 to 6 months. This is a men's button-up shirt, new with tags, sold for $30 plus shipping. Do you pick up Calvin Klein, or do you just pass it up? Paid about $1 for this. So rock solid brand to be on the lookout for, and maybe you've heard of it, is the brand Vince. This is just a men's pullover cotton t-shirt, new with tags, sold for $21 plus shipping. If you haven't heard of this brand, I would highly recommend consider picking it up at your local Goodwill or thrift store. This is a vintage Island Force button-up shirt, sold for $14 plus shipping. Here's the brand tag if you can see it. This is just a simple Quicksilver corduroy Castro cap, new with tags, sold for $29 plus shipping. Kind of has a cool polyester lining there. Quicksilver is a brand I usually pick up, depends on the price point, but these corduroy Castro caps do sell for pretty decent money if you are able to find them while you're outsourcing. Here's a men's denim jacket by the brand Results. There's the tag. Sold for $10 plus shipping. It is kind of a long workwear ranch style denim coat. Listed this a couple weeks ago. I paid $1 for it, and it sold for a best offer. Sometimes I pick up this brand depending on the price point. This is a Gap women's extra large pullover dress, sold for $6 plus shipping. Got it for $1. Here are some women's sweatpants by the brand Reebok, sold for $14 plus shipping. Listed them about a week ago and took a best offer. This is a vintage Oregon Ducks men's pullover sweater, sold for $59 plus shipping. This came from a bulk buyout I did last year, buying out a fire relief center's donations that they had accumulated over the past few years of fire victims and people bringing in donations. Well, they had a lot of clothes that were just sitting and gonna be processed at a rag house. So I ended up making an offer for all those clothes. It ended up being about 10,000 pounds of clothing that I bought for about $1,000, though it did have to be sorted through, which took me about 2 months to sort through everything that I wanted to keep and what I wanted to discard. So I ended up throwing out about 50 to 60% of those items that I just do not have on my brand list. This is a men's Kenneth Cole jacket, still new with tags, sold for $20 plus shipping. This was an international order. Kenneth Cole is a brand I usually pass over, depends on where it was made and if it's vintage, but this was new with tags, so I have about $1 to $2 into this, and I'm happy to accept a $20 offer just to get items that have been sitting in my store a little longer than usual, just get them out of here so I can go and reinvest those profits back into better, higher selling items. Here's a brand to be on the lookout for, is the brand Vincent Nessie. These are some wool pants, sold for $45 plus shipping. They are new with tags, but maybe consider looking up that brand the next time you go out sourcing, checking sell-through rates, checking average sale price, and maybe it could be a good pickup for you to sell on eBay. This is just a Nautica soft shell jacket, sold for $70 plus shipping, but it does have raccoon fur on the outside, and it is a down jacket. So Nautica is a brand I usually pass up, but if they do have a nice jacket just like this, especially when we're still in the cold season, I will pick it up and turning a couple dollars into 70, I'll take that all day long. And if you're wanting to know a little bit more about what brands we are picking up, you could check out the link in the description down below where I offer my free ebook of my top 50 brands to resell on eBay with included current sell-through rates and also a brief description about that brand and what they specialize in producing. So like I said, you could check it down in the link in the description down below, and I'd love for you to use it so the next time you go out sourcing, maybe you can find some of the brands that I am able to find in my location. So it may vary from region to region, but you may be able to find some of those brands as well. This is just a simple men's Tommy Hilfiger sweater, new with tags, sold for $19 plus shipping. So I don't sell a lot of belts, but this is the brand Mara Giordani, sold for $30 plus shipping, still new with tags. This belt retails for about $80 to $100. So if you do find that brand out there, maybe even in t-shirts or jackets or button-up shirts, you may want to check out Mara Giordani and check the sell-through rates on eBay to make sure it is a good solid pickup for you. So I usually pass up on the brand Wrangler. Maybe if it is vintage, I'll pick it up. So these were some vintage Wranglers Silver Edition. Sold for $18 plus shipping. I listed them about a month ago and they were a quick sale. So in this type of situation, I do pick up some vintage Wrangler. Depends. I also don't mind sitting on it for a 3 to 6 month period because it is a very saturated category. But Wranglers vintage do sell pretty fast and at a good average sale price. So something to consider when you're outsourcing next time. So this is the Great Northwest. I usually pick up that brand depending on the material, if it's wool and if it's vintage. So this is a quarter zip pullover wool sweater, sold for $50 plus shipping. Sold for $34 plus shipping. So Ralph Lauren shirts are kind of like meh, pass them over. Depends on if they have any special characteristics about them. Well, these did. They are the Ralph Lauren Blake series. Don't know if you could see that there. This was a combined order, sold for $40 plus shipping. And these were in my store for about a good 6 months. But if you do find Ralph Lauren that has a special model about them, like RL Western, Blake, Cambridge, those are the ones that to be on the lookout for, as they do have a little bit of a higher average sale price and a more in-demand item. So I don't normally sell Calvin Klein underwear, right? But it was part of that big bulk buyout I did back in June of last year, and I was left with tons of 2009, 2002, 1999, new in box Calvin Klein underwear. But these sold for $50 plus shipping. So if you ever happen to find new with tags vintage underwear, you'd be surprised. This is just 3 pairs of underwear that sold for $50. And back in the day, retail at Marshall's was $8 per pair. So I always pick up silver tab Levi's, anything. This is a Levi's silver tab pullover shirt, sold for $20 plus shipping. So maybe you do find Levi's silver tab jeans, be on the lookout because they also have silver tab shirts. When I pull and pack my orders, I just use a box that I use to hold my inventory, and I pack them in the orders that come in. So I'm able to just ship out the orders in order, so I'm not digging around looking for the right item to ship out. They are already in order for me when I pack and pull them, and then I go ahead and ship them out over there. Very easy, cuts down on the time. It should take me no longer than 30 minutes to 45 minutes to get these all packed and shipped out, ready for USPS to come pick up. What do you do when you pack and pull your orders? Are you picking them up and putting them in order, or are you having to kind of weigh them out again and then reorder them during the shipment process? Doing this has really cut down on, I'd say, about an hour to 2 hours a week of just having to reorganize my packages to be able to ship them out in an organized manner. So what do you guys do? Leave it in the comment section down below. I want to know. If you want to know what else is selling in our eBay store, you could check out this video here where it goes more in detail on the items that I am currently picking up and what exactly are they selling for. It goes into my sourcing process and some of the things that I do look out for on a daily basis when I do go out sourcing. You could check out the free ebook down below where it goes over the top 50 brands that I consistently source and that I'm out looking for on a weekly basis. Take care.